Welcome. I'm Kinetic Symphony. I hunt down and report on weird and true mysterious stories, from glitches to the paranormal. Case file number 1367, written by Binary Inc. My friend vanished into thin air right in my living room. I had a friend over last night. We ran into each other earlier in the day, and we made plans to have dinner together. She comes over and we hang out on the couch for around an hour, just chatting and whatnot. I stand up because I get a phone call, so I go into my bedroom for around 10 to 15 minutes. I go back out and she's not there anymore. Okay, so she's in the bathroom, right? I sit on the couch to wait for her, but she doesn't come out. I go check on her. The bathroom is empty. Now I'm weirded out. Did she leave for no reason? I didn't hear the door open or close, and I have a pretty heavy door. I even went outside into the hallway to check if she was there for some reason, but she just promptly disappeared. So now I'm thinking she left for whatever reason, so I called her. It rings for a while and she picks up. Immediately I think it's weird. If she left my flat, she should be on the street, but it's very quiet wherever she is and she sounds like she just woke up. I asked her why she left my flat, and she had no idea what I was talking about. I get frustrated and ask where she is. I'm at home taking a nap. Your phone call woke me up. I could hear rustling sheets, and as I said, there's no way her side of the phone call would be so quiet if she just left my flat. I live in a busy area. I request to video call her, and there she is, in her home, in her bed. She has no makeup on, she's in her PJs looking confused, and her eyes are still kind of puffy from sleep. I asked her if she remembered coming to my flat. She looked confused. Did we make plans today? She said that after running into me, all we did was chat, say goodbye, and then she went home to take a nap. Obviously, there's no way she got home, removed her makeup, undid her hair, changed her clothes within 15 minutes of my place. She lives like half an hour away from me. I have no clue what to think of it. Case notes to file 1367. My friend vanished into thin air right in my living room. So a doppelganger encounter, which perhaps is multiverse related. You simply saw a version of your friend that was from a different universe. Funny how I can seriously use the adverb simply to accurately describe this, but there you go. If it quacks like a duck and so on. The really trippy part is her being ported back over to her real universe, switching back and forth, into your living room over there. So over there in the other universe, where this first one was from, she was uninvited by your perspective because she just popped into the living room over there. But to her, you had invited her. So I bet they both freaked out more over in that universe, where she just popped into your living room. I bet you freaked out a lot too. Like, what are you doing here? I guess it could be a pleasant surprise, but you'd figure like, did you break in? This is a bit forward. Case file number 1368, written by Moniya. My kid's backpack disappears in broad daylight. I took my son with me to the office yesterday because he didn't have school that day. He brought his backpack with snacks and his phone inside it. He was carrying the backpack with him when he left the house. I made sure he had it because his phone charger and all the stuff he needs is in there. We get to the office, he takes his jacket off, sits by one of the computers and places the backpack beside him. I've seen him going on his phone, which was in the backpack. Later around 3 p.m., we couldn't find his backpack. We panicked because we thought somebody stole it and his phone was inside it. We asked around the office and they didn't see it after 3 p.m., but they remembered him having the backpack that morning. We kept looking and couldn't find it. We realized it probably got stolen when he wasn't looking. There were a lot of kids coming in and out for trick-or-treating. We leave the office and go home. I unlock the house, I go in my room, and his backpack is sitting on the bed with all his stuff inside it, including his phone, which he used yesterday. There are texts and a couple of social media interactions he made using the phone, so we know he had both the backpack and the phone that day. We are shocked. We tried to rationalize it as much as possible, but there is no way he never brought it with him. There's concrete proof that he did, such as eyewitnesses, him seeing it, him going on his phone, me seeing it, other people seeing it, and the sent texts alongside other social media interactions that couldn't have been possible without him having the phone. This is the first time something like this has ever happened to me. I don't know how to feel about it. Case notes for file 1368. My kid's backpack disappears in broad daylight. So wait, trick-or-treating in an office building? How cool is that? I've never seen an office building do that, but nice. This glitch is actually a little stumping. It's not just a DOP and then a return, because objects almost always come back in the general vicinity of where they disappeared. There are a few rare exceptions, where there's sentimental value in an object, like a necklace or a ring, that just mysteriously ported back into like the living room or bathroom of whoever lost it, even though if they lost it at sea or in a different state or whatever. But usually those are after months or years, and they have a great value to the person. Like a backpack is pretty ordinary, even with a phone in it, and it re-emerging almost instantly, the same day. Feels like some conscious entity would have to be involved in this. A guardian angel is always a good bet, but it doesn't fit neatly like most glitches do, so I'm just not sure on this one. Case file number 1369, written by Pixie Yogi 81. The Vanishing House on Portobello Street. I do dog boarding and dog sitting. I was driving to a client's house for the 4th time in 2 days. It's near my neighborhood, so the area isn't super unfamiliar. I'm not under the influence or tired. Their road is Portobello, house number 53. My GPS tells me to turn, and I do so, verifying a street sign. I began looking for the wreath on the door that I have been using to identify the house. I don't see it. I turn around, roll down my window, and start looking at house numbers. Number 49, number 57? Wait, what? I missed the house. But they're all right next to each other, and I was looking carefully at the house signs. I turn around and drive by again. Number 57, number 49. Starting to get shaken, I look around. I see the distinct shrubbery of the house across the street that I'd noticed on my last visit as I was leaving. Drive back by, nothing. No 53. I leave the neighborhood, go back to the main street, turn around and drive back to Portobello. Driving down, number 57, number 53. Right there, plain as day. I call my best friend as I enter the house to talk to me because I'm shaken. She talks to me through the 30-minute visit. As I'm leaving, a huge white wolf-looking dog is staring at me from the end of the walkway. My brain starts panicking, which I express to the friend. A guy comes into view, and I see he has a leash and is walking the dog, just letting it wander pretty far into this yard. As I'm driving home, the owner texts me. She said it showed on a Ring camera when I left, but not when I arrived, and she found this weird as it never happened. I entered and exited through the front door. What the cinnamon toast frick, guys? Case notes file 1369. The Vanishing House on Portobello Street. Cinnamon toast frick. I will be borrowing this colorful expression. If this was a case of multiverse shenanigans, then there are some problems with that theory. The house wasn't there a couple of times, then it was. So let's say you were driving along in a neighboring universe, then brought back to the original. The other universe was notably different, with the whole house missing. I guess it's plausible, but it's pretty rare for an adjacent universe to have something that large different about them. But if that's the case, how come you were not picked up on the Ring camera? Because when you went into the house, it was in the original universe, you already were back. Unless, remember the story involving the couple that suffered extra glitches for a few days after their multiverse event? They were looking for the AC remote, he went outside, but the girl said that he remained inside. They weren't in the same timeline or the same universe. But then they came back, everything was normal, but they had extra glitches happen to them over the course of a few days. So maybe you were ported over to a different universe, came back, reloaded into the original universe, but you literally were not fully rendered in. Your code wasn't 100%, so whatever mechanism is used to detect you on a Ring camera didn't trigger for that reason until 30 minutes later when you left. It's kind of unsettling though, because I think multiverse transitions happen pretty often. So if there's errors that can happen in the process where you're simply not coming back all you, at least for a while. And now time for the quote of the day. The estimated amount of glucose used by an adult human brain each day, expressed in M&Ms, is 250. Harper's Index. So you're saying that I can eat 250 M&Ms every day, and my brain's gonna use all of that energy just like that. Not too shabby. Yeah, I guess I have to eat some vegetables too. I'll get on that. Hey, nothing wrong with steamed broccoli. With a bit of oil or butter and salt and pepper. That is so good. You can stir fry it a bit after, get some color, or just stick it under a broiler. Make sure it's a bit charred. That is next level. Like the video, subscribe, hit the bell. Kinetic Symphony signing off.